My heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew home. Hebrew home, Hebrew home. Good morning, Hebrew home. My home, my home, my heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew home.
Good morning, everyone. I am your host, Olivia Cohen, coming in live from the Dörfner Judaica Museum here at the Hebrew Home. And this is Good Morning Hebrew Home. The time is, today is Thursday, December 10th, and the time is 10:32 a.m. Hanukkah begins today, and Rabbi Noah will be broadcasting the first Hanukkah candle lighting today right here on Channel 8 at 4:30 tonight, so please tune in, everyone. Later in our show, we will talk about an Indigenous woman who wins the Goldman Environmental Prize for protecting the Amazon rainforest, and we will get a peek at a relaxing video of reindeer and the northern lights, just to get into this winter season. We have a great show planned for you today, but first, let's get into the weather. Let's take a look at the weather in our neck of the woods. Today will be mainly sunny, high 49 degrees. I am always cold, and I am very bundled up today. As you can see, I have my poncho, which I think is from Ecuador, actually. And our positive news story today is about Ecuador, an indigenous tribe in Ecuador. So I didn't plan that. Let's move to this day in history, December 10th, 1958. The first domestic passenger jet-powered aircraft flight took place in the United States as a National Airlines Boeing 707 flew 111 passengers from New York City to Miami. So that was in 1958. In 1979, a British stuntman, wonder if you guys know who this one is, Eddie Kidd, accomplishes a death-defying motorcycle leap, crossing an 80-foot gap over a 50-foot sheer drop above a viaduct at the River Blackwater at Maldon, Essex, all on a motorcycle. I can't ride a bike, so that is very impressive. 1984, South African Bishop Desmond Tutu, an opponent of the apartheid and ordained the first black South African evangelical Archbishop of Cape Town, receives the Nobel Peace Prize. Moving forward to 2011, in Norway, the Nobel Peace Prize awarded to 3 women. The 2011 Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, which is the president of Liberia, Lema Gabobi, Liberian peace activist, and Tawakkol Carmen, who is a Yemeni pro-democracy campaigner. The 3 women were awarded the prize for their non-violent efforts to improve women's safety and women's rights to participate in the peacemaking process. So that's some of what's happening in this day in history. Let's move to some of the wacky national things that are going on. Today is National Forget-Me-Not Day. So just a day, if there's anybody that you're thinking of that you haven't reached out to or spoken to in a while, today is the day to do so. Just give them a call, write a letter, reach out. It's also Young Readers Day, which is always the second Tuesday of the month. That promotes reading for young readers. And it's also National Vanilla Cupcake Day. You guys like vanilla cupcakes? Yeah. I don't know if that means like the actual cupcake is vanilla and the icing on top, because I prefer vanilla cupcake with chocolate icing.
Yeah, my son does too.
Yeah, I like a mix like that. I'm not into chocolate cupcakes, like is the cake part. If anyone was wondering, that's my take on cupcakes. Our resident birthdays for today, happy birthday to Robert D. We just have one resident birthday. And one staff birthday today, we have Ryan from Food Service. Happy birthday. Our famous birthday for today is Dorothy Lamore. She was born in Los Angeles, California, in New Orleans, Louisiana, in 1914. American actress Dorothy Lamore is best known for appearing in The Road to Rio and other Road to movies, which were a series of successful comedies co-starring Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. A little known fact was after she left New Orleans and moved to Chicago, she was an elevator operator for the Marshall Field department store on State Street. I love hearing about department stores that are no longer around, like Gimbel's. Anyway, over the next few years, she appeared in a number of radio shows before moving to Hollywood in 1936, where she gained her big break appearing alongside Bob Hope and Bing Crosby in the 40s and 50s in the Road to movies. During World War II, she was among the most popular pinup girls among American servicemen, and along with Betty Grable, Rita Hayworth, and Lana Turner, she appeared in a number of other well-known movies, including The Hurricane and Oscar-winning The Greatest Show on Earth. So, happy birthday to all. Those are our birthdays for today. Our meals for today. Our lunch will be hot dog on a roll with baked beans, sauerkraut, and for dessert, pineapples. And soup for today will be tomato couscous. I love tomato soup. I haven't had couscous in it. I'll have to try that. Entree will be fish and chips and coleslaw. And dessert will be coffee ice cream. So that is our meals for today. Let's move into our positive news story. So, Indigenous Amazon leader Nemonte Nemquimo just won the world's foremost award for grassroots environmental activism for her organizing work to save Ecuador's rainforest. So many of you know my mom is from Ecuador. I have family in Ecuador. I am half Ecuadorian, so I often talk about Ecuador on the show. And I thought that this was a really great story. So Nemonte Nemquimo, her leadership earned her a prestigious Goldman Environmental Prize known as the Green Nobel. Nemquimo led an indigenous campaign and legal action that resulted in court ruling protecting 500,000 acres of Waorani territory in the Amazon rainforest from oil companies. Nemquimo's leadership and the lawsuit set a legal precedent for indigenous rights in Ecuador, and other tribes are following in her footsteps to protect additional tracts of rainforest from oil extraction. The Waorani people, numbering around 5,000 today, are traditional hunter-gatherers in this pristine rainforest that overlaps the Yasuni National Park, which, according to the Smithsonian, may have more species of life than anywhere in the world. Since the 1960s, oil exploitation and road building have already had a serious impact on Ecuador's rainforests and her indigenous people and their culture. Oil companies have dumped waste into local rivers and contaminated land, leading to public health spikes in disease and miscarriage. In 2018, Ecuador's Minister of Hydrocarbons announced an auction of 16 new oil contracts located on the titled lands of indigenous nations, in direct violation of their rights. The 33-year-old Nemquimo co-founded the SIBO Alliance in order to fight back against the planned oil concessions. The mother of a 4-year-old daughter, she organized Waorani communities, held region-wide assemblies, and launched a digital campaign targeting potential investors with the slogan, "Our rainforest is not for sale." At the same time, Nemquimo proactively helped communities maintain their independence from oil company bribes by installing rainwater harvesting systems and solar panels, supported a woman-led organic cacao and chocolate production business, and secured training for Waorani youth to be filmmakers and document the activists, publishing powerful images for the campaign, including aerial drone footage of the Waorani rainforest. Ultimately, she served as the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit against the government, and in April 2019, Ecuador's courts ruled in the Guaraní's favor, a ruling which was upheld in the Court of Appeals. She deftly bridged the worlds of indigenous and Western society, bringing together elders and youth and uniting distinct indigenous tribes that were once divided, and communities to fight for the rights of indigenous communities today. The Goldman Prize was founded in 1989 and goes to 6 environmental heroes each year, awarded annually to activists from each of the world's 6 inhabited continental regions. John Goldman, president of the Goldman Environmental Foundation, praised the honorees for taking a stand, risking their lives and livelihoods, and inspiring us with real, lasting environmental progress. He goes on to say these 6 environmental champions reflect the powerful impact that one person may have on many. So that is just what's happening in other parts of the world. As always, please feel free to give us a call. Any good news you've heard and would like to share on the show, you can do so by dialing 2813. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to leave us a comment, hit that like button, or hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Remember to tune in to Channel 8 later today. We have Wellness with Deborah at 1:30. On a musical note with Peter at 2:30. Hanukkah candle lighting will take place tonight, our first Hanukkah candle lighting at 4:30. And on our stream channel tonight, which is channel 88, we have this episode again of Good Morning Hebrew Home replayed at 6:30. And tonight's movie will be Dance Dreams Hot Chocolate Nutcracker. Once again, this has been Olivia Cohen with Good Morning Hebrew Home. Before I go, I leave you with this video from Norway. Here are 2 reindeer in a snowy birch forest with the lights from the Aurora Borealis overhead swirling around these iridescent lights as they graze. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, same channel. Cohen out.
My heart